Welcome to CM Sukhbir Kaur Badal, Honorable Union Minister, and Sukhbir Singh Badal, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Punjab. First of all, Hindustan Times is thankful to you, sir, and ma'am, for giving us your precious time. I know it's a busy time because we are in the midst of an election, and the whole idea behind bringing together the couple was to know about their vision for Punjab. Undoubtedly, they are the power couple, in India. I would say they were even the smartest couple, in Indian politics. And so we thought that we'll have a freewheeling conversation with them, which is informed, which is intelligent. This is not, nation wants to know kind of conversation. Here, we would like to draw them out on issues which are really critical for Punjab and Punjab's future. And since we are already in the election mode, so naturally we'll be talking about politics, we'll be talking about elections, and I have known Sukhbir for many years. He has always been very forthright, frank in answering even tough questions. Extremely graceful and with a lot of courage, he can answer even tricky questions. So I'm sure he would answer not only my question, we will also have some questions from the audience. I would request you that if you have a question, please write it on the paper pad, right in front of you. You can please pass it on to me, and we will definitely make it more participative so that you can have questions which you think are important for Punjab. So let me begin with the Punjab election only. Historically, Punjab, elections have been a two-party affair. Bipolar politics is very well entrenched in state's electoral history. For the first time, we are, seeing a third player emerging on the scene, which a lot of people believe is becoming a serious challenger. Do you think that it's going to be a three-horse race in Punjab this time?
Actually, it's still a two-party game, with the second party divided into two, or three, or four, or five. It all depends in the near future. Akali Dal is still there as one united party, and we have our own space, and we have still retained our space. So that's the difference.
You have been pretty confident of scoring a hat trick. Now, some of our sporting stars, Bhargat or Joe Sidhu, they are in the opposite camp. Where does this confidence spring from? Why do you think that you can score a hat trick this time?
See, basically, you feel confident because the nature of voting, the pattern of voting has changed. It is not 20 years back that people voted as per history or as per Panth or as per those like I'm a Congress, I'll be born or not, I'll die a Congress, I'm an Akali, I'll die an Akali. Today people, the new generation, which is the major part of the electorate, works on performance. And if you look at our performance and you compare our performance with the others' performance, it stands out completely. And keeping in view the performance, we are sure the people are going to appreciate performance.
Ma'am, what do you think that why should people give another mandate to show me that?
Because of the work done. I think at the end of the day, when you get a government, look for a few key things. Number one is development. Number two is peace and communal harmony. And number three, a government that represents every section of society and tries to inculcate a sense of inclusiveness. And I would say that on all three parameters, this government has surpassed what it promised. When it talked about development, it has done way more. Today, it's a matter of pride when you have the Prime Minister or the Finance Minister of the country turn around and tell us that the development in Punjab surpasses any other state that we have been to. And the development of last 5 years surpasses even our own previous 5 years before that. So it feels good when they say that. When I talk about communal harmony, I look at Jat agitation in Haryana or the Gujar agitation or the Patidar. Every state is having some kind of an issue. I'm happy to say that despite being a border state where the enemy has tried from narco-terrorism to Vinanagar to Pathankot, as well as our in-house opponents who have tried everything under the sun, blaming the government for all kinds of ills that have happened, largely promoted by them. Despite all that, this government has ensured peace and harmony. Today, the smallest community, every kind of minority feels safe in Punjab and feels this government is theirs. I think that says a lot for the kind of polarization there is in other states. The fact that this government has managed to make a Christian, a Muslim, a Hindu, all feel equally part of Punjab, I think is a great thing. And as far as welfare schemes are concerned, I don't think this is a government which concentrates on just any one section. Equally, be it old, be it young, be it the underprivileged, the poor, the farmers, the traders, I think equally the government looks at giving out a helping hand or holding out a welfare scheme which is to their benefit. So I think on all parameters, I would say it's a government like we are supposed to be, of the people, by the people and for the people. And nobody can say that we're a divisive force. We have got governments who for the sake of politics will defame our state. Today calling 70% of Punjabis nashedis is, I think, actually throwing muck at yourself. I mean, how can you even do that just because for the sake of politics? It's very sad that some people revert to that. There's another new party in the bloc who says something in Punjab and crosses the border and says something else, wants to take our water and take it somewhere else. So when people play these kind of political games, I'm glad that Akali Dal never stood to this time.
What, according to you, has been the single most important achievement of your life?
I think
Specifically.
one thing, see, whatever I've said, a statement I've said, I've always delivered. Even though initially everyone, even comments in the newspapers have come that it is impossible. Who would think 10 years back we make Punjab power service? We have done it. I just landed in Mohali at Chandigarh airport one day, and I announced the next day I'll make an international airport in Mohali. And there was a poor guy, how can there be an international airport? Within 6 months I got it sanctioned and delivered, and we got a best international airport here. I said I want to connect every town with 4 to 6 lane expressways. And now the construction is going on. Every town of Punjab in 1.5 years will have a complete and the best road network, which is going to be 6 to 8 lanes expressway. Now I was traveling to Brinda. It used to take 4 hours. In another, say, 6 months, by June it will be complete. You'll be traveling in maximum 2 hours to Brinda. So that's the level of development. Even when I went to Darbar Sahib, you look at Golden Temple. I came out one day, and when we saw so much chaos there on the entry point, I said, let's change it. And in 8 months, we delivered it. We believe in delivering things. Small example. We have been taking out ads in the papers every day. 2002, 2007, 2007 to 2017. Every day we come out in every field. 2007 to 2017, this is what we've done, and 2002 to 2007, Congress time 0. Last 6 months the ads are coming. Has Congress even once denied that? Or we are taking out faults? If there has been 0 all the time in their every area, and still they are not clarifying, because they know it is 0, otherwise, obviously when you take out something, they will try to react. They are not reacting.
Development really gets you points.
See, I don't care. Do you know something? My style of politics is, for me, winning and losing is something else. This is a passion that we can create something. I want to make Mohali more beautiful than Chandigarh. When you, just to give an example, today in the evening, you drive from here to Mohali airport. As you see the Chandigarh finish line and the Mohali opening, so the roads will become bigger, that whole look will change. The first it was, if you look at 10 years back, out of the 3 cities, they should say Chandigarh number 1, Panchkula number 2, and Mohali number 3. Today now people are talking is Mohali and Panchkula, Chandigarh and Chandigarh and Mohali is equal. And I think because the older part of Chandigarh, this part, is much older and much better. But we have been able to change things. Basically, it's a passion to feel good. Okay, this has been done, this has been completed. Have you been to the bus stand of Mohali? Just see it. I think it is as good as the Chandigarh International Airport. Air conditioned, that type of bus stand is not nowhere in this country anywhere. I wouldn't have seen this such a bus stand internationally, what we are able to deliver. We have set examples. An example is that if a government wants, it can deliver. You should have a passion and a vision and a plan, and you can achieve.
Whom do you consider as your formidable challenger in this election? Congress or AAP?
See, anyway, it's going to be Congress. AAP is in no way.
Why not? Are we getting a lot of traction in?
See, it was about a year and a half because it was something new. Punjabis love new things. नवा मोबाइल आऊगा, पुराना सिस्टम में नवा मिलना, नवी कार आऊगी, पुरानी जनता से नवी लड़ेंगे. वो तो नवी पार्टी ऐसी आप सारे ने पुरानी छाड़ के नवी चलाएंगे. But they realize that this party is up, they dump them also. So it's like made in China will last very short period. What happens is the reality of Kejriwal is coming.
What is the reality?
Reality is they want to fight in Punjab. They do not know the culture of Punjab, ethos of Punjab, what Punjabis stand for. They don't even know what Panth is, how communities are. Their aim is they think that whatever formula they use in Delhi, they will use here. Delhi and Punjab is day and night difference. They don't know. And I'll tell you frankly, if by chance, for God's sake, if 1% chance they come to Punjab as a government, they will create chaos here. First of all, motto of Aam Aadmi Party is not to rule. They are agitationists. If you look at Delhi also, their target 24 hours Prime Minister Modi, Modi, Modi. Here, he wants to come here. Basically, his mission was and his plan was to become a Chief Minister of Punjab. Because in Delhi, being a Chief Minister is not a Chief Minister. It's like a mayor of a city with no powers. Here, I'll tell you what will happen if by chance Kejriwal is the Chief Minister here. First of all, you will not get anything from Delhi because he's going to abuse and he's going to create chaos. A state like Punjab needs government of India every minute. We are agriculture economy, from procurement, if it rains, the crop gets damaged, we need specification change. We need to be sitting with the government of India, liaising with them. We are a border state. We can have peace. We want peace here. And you'll be surprised. Our leadership Kejriwal comes to Punjab and has started liaising with radicals. Therefore, yesterday he was having breakfast with that Khandki Jatha, which is a political front of Babbar Khalsa International, the biggest terrorist organization. Their chief in Mohali, he was having breakfast with. The three Takht Jathas which were formed by Sarbat Khalsa, which is declared Khalistan, he is having dinner with them and he is having meetings with them. A person who for him, who will state, forming a government of state is only taken out, taking into consideration the future of the state, future of India. These guys can't.
You spend a lot of time on the ground.
I'd like to add to that is that what is dangerous about this new party, that it is a party of opportunists. It's politics of opportunism. And if you look at Arvind Kejriwal, from the time he climbed onto Anna Hazare's back where he saw the entire country come together for anti-corruption, he jumped onto the bandwagon, and from swearing on his kids not to get into politics, to getting into politics, to cursing Sheila Dikshit and threatening to put her into jail, to then forming the government with the Congress party, and then dumping that government and running off to become PM, to try to become PM, fight in Varanasi. The man has just been nothing but an opportunist. His entire background shows that this is a party of opportunists, and I think that's exactly what we are here in Punjab. They have not been able to deliver on anything in Delhi because they had no intentions of delivering. And they've come running to Punjab because they see an opportunity here. They will dump Punjab at the first opportunity and go running to the next week.
So when you are a grassroots politician, you spend a lot of time on the ground, meeting villagers, youngsters. Why are the youngsters enamored of AAP?
I don't think they're enamored of
Is it because of disenchantment with you?
Not anymore. No, not anymore. This feeling, the label of once 1.5 years back, that was somewhat true, but not anymore. I look at a file every day. That thing is gone. Another thing which I want to add, Kejriwal has dumped everybody who has helped him. First one he dumped Anna Hazare, then all Prashant Krishna or whatever that person, Yogendra Yadav and all them, he dumped them. When he came here, Chotepur was the main person who built him, he dumped him. And this thing, he said, I just want to do a profile of the candidates declared by him. There were 38 candidates for criminal records, with even records like rape cases, murder cases, 420 cases against. Actually, your paper should do this list of candidates declared by now. And if you look at another thing, people like Sanjay Singh and all those guys are coming here, and every day it's coming out. They take money and tickets. So
they put up, those 6 cases against, Badal Saab, against you.
what cases have they put up?
Like,
What has he put on?
No, it's only Bhagwan Maan is the He goes to Darbar Sahib after getting drunk. He goes to Talwandi Sahib, Gurdwara Sahib. You can, how can you
First
sick and
member of
drink?
Parliament.
After having alcohol, you can't go to Takht Sahib.
First member of parliament has been asked by the speaker to stay out because his colleagues
basically-
around him have commented that they can't put up with the stench of his alcohol.
So far there have been 2 surveys, opinion surveys by each element channel. One survey had put you ahead, then the second survey put Congress ahead. Do you really believe in these surveys?
I don't think so.
But
See,
you
what
think
happened-
you're kind of, gaga over the first survey?
What happened? I said the first survey was below our that is mentioned 58, which is wrong. We will be in our 70s, early 70s or 75. That's a practical. I'm not going to say like 100. Anybody can say that.
Or is it, you support a survey which put you
No,
ahead
I
and,
don't,
rubbish?
see, I do not believe in these surveys because I know the actual realities. These are all manipulated surveys. These companies first approach you as a party. I remember the one company approached us that we'll do a survey for you. I said, why, what do you want? He said, give us 10 crores. I said, you're crazy. So this is the level, they know this is exploitation. And if you look at the surveys, what happened? All surveys, the survey which came out with that ATT survey, the survey last time gave us, when we Congress the government, we formed the government. Before that, when Captain Amrinder Singh became the Chief Minister, he gave that time 94 seats to Congress and only 12 to us. And Congress only got 62 because our party got divided. Thoda sab left us that time.
But there is, a very widespread perception that you are facing double incumbency. So what is going against?
See, what happens is when it will be the 4th term, we will be talking about triple anti-incumbency. So when it will be the 5th term, we will be talking about 4 double vote. The word anti-incumbency has become standard. That anybody's government is formed, that word anti-incumbency has to come in. Then what happens is like last time, it was the same thing. Another question I want to ask you. It is after 10 years, you're fighting elections. I have the field every day. We can judge from the expression of a person. You walking and you meet a common man, you see a common man, his eye expression will tell you whether he likes you or not. The reaction of public when you are in the public will tell you whether people are for you or not. Your reaction of a cadre, elections are won by cadre. If your army is strong, you can win a battle. If your army is demoralized, you can never win a battle. And I've seen this time our army is more charged than even the 2012 elections.
You're talking about the army, like, prompts me to ask you that what prompted you to put General J.J. Singh, do you think he's your trump card against Captain?
I think he's a very, he's the first Sikh chief of army staff, very competent. 3 generations in the army. His grandfather, his father and him. And Shakir is something, he himself came.
He's going to talk to the captain.
He himself came and he said, I have to fight Captain.
And you didn't have any candidate there?
No, I have candidates. Candidates is not an issue. But look at his passion. A chief of the army staff, a person coming in wants to join a Taliban and wants to fight. And I think he's the best bet.
And I think also there's a captain who's from a royal family, and here's a soldier who's fought and defended the nation and really stands for sacrifice. So the real captain and the real soldier, I think it's a Raja and Rank ki real fight, and you know that when it comes to a Raja and Rank, who's no power.
I have let me come to a touchy question, like, which has been resonating in Punjab, and you have put up, defense against that question, at many platforms. How serious is the drug issue in Punjab? Why do you think that Punjab is more sinned against than sinned?
I would say, just like I started off by saying that there are certain political parties who will stoop to any extent, whether it is doing Hamla on Darbar Sahib or a Qatl-e-Aam in 84, or even coming to Punjab and declaring all Punjabis as drug addicts. These are all political statements they make to create, demolish the opponents is what they are probably trying to do. There is as much drug in Punjab as there is anywhere else in the country, not a little bit more and not a little bit less, exactly the way it is.
70% youth in drugs means you go to Ludhiana, every corner there will be some drug riddle lying. You go to Amritsar, every corner there will be a drug riddle lying or hanging around or whatever. I want to ask all of people from Punjab, how many people in their children's college do they know who are having drugs? How many children in the school do they know are having drugs? It is, I'll tell you frankly, I am shocked at the opposition. कोई बंदा अपने घर की बेइज्जती नहीं करता. Why do you do it? I'm shocked at that. I said this. साढ़े खिलाफ बोलना ना, साढ़े खिलाफ बोली जो सुखबीर बादल पढ़ना, बादल family don't say Punjab youth is why were we forced to do this drug test? I think Dr. Saab is the right person. Baba Farid University was given the job to. How it happened was, after this everyday paper and everything coming out, we got this opportunity. We applied, we wanted to recruit policemen. So, about 4.5 lakh youth applied for the job. They didn't know they would be drug tested, nothing, we didn't apply drug test, nothing. So I was talking to the father, I said, why not we just have a test?
I mean, Punjab was
all there was everything was coming. I said, let's check out. Let us ask them for our own knowledge. Let's see it's 20%, 40%, 70%, 4 lakh sample, 4 lakh sample is a very big sample size. It's the largest sample size in the world. We announced after that 4 lakh people have applications now. Now we going to test everyone for drug test. We entrusted job to Baba Farid University. DC Saab is sitting here. We gave the job to them. They imported these test kits from the US. Then I invited every media, I called you also. I said, because otherwise people will say that we have forged it. I said, please send your teams to all centers every day, because it would take us 1 or 2 months to cover 4.5 lakh people. All media was informed that go every day. The media used to go every day. In front of them, we tested everybody. And
what was it?
1.26%. 1.26%.
Even the army did a test.
In army, first time in India, army recruitment takes place everywhere in the country. They never do drug test. Because of Punjab, that's so much hula, they had to do a drug test. They did a drug test in Patiala. 10,000 youth came for that army recruitment. Only 26
out of
10,000 were tested positive.
Now you come from a very illustrious family. We all know, your pedigree and your Muslim family. Very humble. I just asking a personal question. When your brother's name was being bandied about by opponents, by the media, what was like as a sister? What did you feel? What did you go through?
Obviously, it hurts you. And being a newcomer as such in politics, of course, you're not used to or you're not hardened enough a politician to be able to, I don't think anything moves Badal Saab's face so much that everything goes in his stride. He doesn't even wish it for anyone else. But of course, this whole drug thing, and Congress is very good at planning these things, despite the fact that it was our party who went and caught this so-called drug lord from another state, and it was Amrinder Singh and his previous government who had let him off, and we went and caught him. And 5 central agencies of the center, which was Congress at that time, the Enforcement Directorate, the border security, the military. I mean, 5 central agencies came and interrogated this drug lord, and he went to the court, I think at least a dozen times, and never said anything. Well, one of them gave him this bright idea that you take the ruling family's name and then you are safe. Nothing will touch you, then the case will carry on for good. And that's how the whole thing came about. If my brother was involved, but we were running after him to catch this guy, and we were the first one to let him even further away. So it's so unfortunate, someone who's never met my brother, who's never spoken to my brother, who's had no interaction with my brother, coming from the kind of family that we come, right from Maharaja Ranjit Singh's time, where we were the core, the Majityas in the core that actually protected the Maharajas and went to battle as, the first line of defense used to be by the Majityas. We come from an army where my great-grandfather was the first Pradhan of the SGPC, who became, and that also nominated by everyone, and he was the first revenue minister in Punjab, extended from Lahore down to Delhi. There were 3 ministers and he was one of them. Who comes from a family like that, and then to tell that person to be involved in drugs and he's never spoken to a drugs, got nothing to do with it. He doesn't even take alcohol, he won't even have meat, forget about drugs. And here you have an opportunity.
आम आदमी या जितेगा इंसान ऐसा सोच नहीं सकता कि वैल्यू टू ड्रग there are 1,000 other ways to make money. You think they have their own sugar mill, they have their own airline, they put everything in drugs, but it's ridiculous.
So we both AAP and Congress are promising that if we are voted to power, we will banish drugs in 4 weeks. Captain Amrinder Singh even swore by Gupta Sahab in 70 Sahab, give me charge of this drug.
You know something? The more drugs than Punjab and Delhi has been able to do it. Our problem basic is the drugs flow from Pakistan. No drugs, cocaine, heroin, all that is produced in India. There are 2 ways drugs come to India. One is from northeast, from Burma side. Next is from Pakistan. This is from Pakistan. They come. They throw the drugs over the fence. Every day we catch them. Line of defense is by the BSF. We cannot, Punjab police even cannot put 10 kilometers near the BSF border. So it's once the BSF can't catch them, then the Punjab police comes and that's the second time we catch them. And these drugs are not meant for Punjab. They are meant for throughout the country. The drugs go to Goa, Bombay, Maharashtra. Unfortunately, what happened was our police started, we catch them, newspaper chappers 5 crores over the drugs. People think 5 crores today, 10 crores tomorrow, day for this thing. That means these Punjab youths are having this. We are doing a service to the nation. I told the Prime Minister, I said, if we wouldn't have caught this, people of Bombay, Goa, Calcutta, all Bangalore, these drugs would have reached there. Rather than appreciating us, we are being defamed for it.
Ma'am, we just celebrated 350th anniversary Prakash of Sukhbir Badal. And in Patna, Prime Minister Narendra Modi publicly complimented Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar for liquor ban. Would you support a liquor ban in Punjab?
I'm a teetotaler, born vegetarian. Despite coming from a family that produces alcohol, there's no one in my family who's ever tasted alcohol. But yes, I would definitely support prohibition.
How about you?
See, I do
He
not.
won't lose his voice.
No, what happens, I'll tell you frankly. I don't drink. Neither they drink.
Then
But
why don't you bring about the
issue is, anything you stop will create an underground mafia. Today, you go to Gujarat. I think there's more alcohol consumed in Gujarat than anywhere else in the world. If they started in Haryana, you created a parallel mafia in Haryana which was available anyway. I was talking to Bihar, said it's available there also. So you know something, you cannot, the moment you stop it, the government of India has come out with murders have to get you life imprisonment. Has murder stopped? What happens is, the more you start becoming restrictive, it is up to them. It's better to educate them that you leave alcohol. Then otherwise you create another mafia system.
And also, you can't start people's food habits and drink habits, and it's up to you. Of course, it's very good if the government does something to make it not so easily available, so that a lot of the youth doesn't get into it, because it's become a fashion with the youth also, where you get pushed into drinks just because of peer pressure, which I think is extremely unfortunate. Because I think it is going down every year, and that's the sad bit.
One of the central allegations of Aam Aadmi Party is that you and Captain are mixed up. They are saying it day in and day out.
I think
May I ask you a question? Aam Aadmi Party can form a government with Congress and PP. Then they are calling us mixed up. First of all, Akali Dal can never, ever align with Congress. We are ready to leave politics, जिस पार्टी ने 84 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ जो ਕੀਤਾ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਹਮਲਾ ਕੀਤਾ, ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਅਕਾਲੀ ਦਲ ਭੰਗ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਪਰ ਕਾਂਗਰਸ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਾਈਨ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ. This is clear.
So there is a perception that the whole anger, or what we call anti-incumbency in Punjab, the focal point is the Badal family. How do you respond to this?
Because all the opposition has one target. If you get rid of Badal family, we'll be able to form a government.
But it's also centered on your kind of business interests. People make all kind of allegations.
I think I have
Give 5 years to Sukhbir will create one 5-star hotel for himself.
No, I can keep on more of them also. But the issue is one thing. Do you want politicians who declare everything, who has everything is straightforward? All your papers have scrutinized my complete businesses. Malada, there's no paper, you don't miss a single opportunity to scrutinize my everything. You have scrutinized everything on mine, and they are not found a fault. Captain Amrinder Singh put his complete vigilance, complete income tax. Look at, they even counted my kids' dresses. This is the value of a dress. They even toys, they question, and still they could not find a single thing. This clearly shows that R is an open book. I think you should appreciate that whatever we say. I started my hotel. I remember I came and told you first. Before I started, I'm starting this one. If I built a hotel in Gurgaon, Delhi, this land in Delhi, I got this land in 85 or something, 1985. We were nobody here. And then I built it there in this thing. We were nowhere in government when we built it there. If that business makes money and we build a project here, this land which is here was bought by us in 79. It was my hatchery poultry barn where I built this thing. So, something, it is like, I remember when I went to Delhi once, I was in a hotel, I was at this thing. A couple from Ludhiana were having this thing. He said, they told me, I didn't know they knew they were from Ludhiana. So they came up to me, कहता ये तेरी ऐसी सोनी चीज बनाई है, पंजाब से क्यों नहीं बनाई, ये हरियाणा से क्यों गए हो? It is like as a normal business, we are normal human beings. As a business, if we are, that business is completely different. Not a single business of ours is different, and whatever it is, it's in paper.
There's no conflict of interest.
There's no conflict of interest. Everything is in paper.
Unlike
If I own a TV channel, I won't hide it. Yes, it's mine. It's in papers.
I've seen unlike Captain Saab, who's got accounts abroad which have been opened up by his own government and doesn't share them. So he is pretty open about what he's doing.
I'm very open about everything. Whatever I have, it's here. You can scrutinize it, you can look at it, you can do whatever it is. Most welcome.
We all know that you have a mastery in coal management. But that's Prashant, you will also take a lesson or two from you. And your critics say that you have reduced politics, to just management. How important is management in winning elections?
First of all, you cannot win elections by management. If you don't, people are not with you, you cannot win. This is just talk. When you lose, today you're calling me a very good manager. If we lose, you'll say management is fair. If I win again, you'll say no, very good management. So it is Sara ka Paramatma. I believe in that. कोई किसी ने जिता नहीं सकता, कोई हरा नहीं सकता. A management सारी जिधर को चंगी चाल चलती है, everything is positive. If anything goes down, then everyone's talking negative. Because management is failed or whatever is failed.
So I just want to ask you about dynasty politics. We have followed the Badal Saab's career for a very long time, and he has been at one point of time very bitter critic of the Gandhi dynasty. and now he's promoting the NSP at home. How do you react to the situation?
I don't think he's promoting it. How would you say he's promoting it? If Sukhbir has become where he has, I think he's worked really hard. He's delivered, and that's why the party has put him at the position that it has. It didn't land on his lap because it was his father's son.
A lot of Akali sons-in-law in
Shall I tell you the
contest.
truth? Shall I tell you the truth? The person who came maximum in my way of my growing in a Kalidal was my father. He never wanted me to grow. I'll tell you frankly. When I got into politics, yes, he got me into politics first time. He told me कि ਇਹਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ मैं नहीं कुछ करना. Can you imagine when I used to be on a stage, when if I wanted to speak, the list used to go to my father कि आप बंदे बोलना चाहते हैं. So I put my name. He used to cut my name. ये नहीं बोलना. So I used to call that guy this thing. I said, you have to come for work. You will have to come to my house. If you don't put my name, I won't let you enter. So then he used to put my name, and I used to speak. My father used to fire him. How I had to prove myself to the party that I can do better than others. So when the party meeting used to take place, for example, they were going to have a rally. Ludhiane rally करनी है. But everyone should be ऐसी rally कर दे. चलो कितना कट होगा? They used to say 25,000 कट कर दे. I used to tell them, तुसी ऐ करो जी, मेरे ते छाड़ दो. मैं 2 लाख का कट करके दूँगा. People used to say 2 लाख के में करूँगा. 25,000 का सी सारे पार्टी करें. I used to work hard and 2 lakh का करके दिखाऊंगा. I remember you might be knowing that time I was looking after the youth Kalidal. I made youth Kalidal crowds bigger than the Kalidal crowds. It's like I had to prove it again and again and again and again and again till people get so that without him people just money.
Right now we have lots of sons and sons-in-law, Akali leaders contesting elections.
I'll tell you what.
It is good for democracy.
I'll give you an answer.
Becoming a family affair.
It's not family affair. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਘੋੜਾ ਲੈਣ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਪੇਡਿਗਰੀ ਦੇਖੋ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਦੀ ਪੇਡਿਗਰੀ ਕੀ ਹੈ. A family which is looking after a certain constituency, their whole life, that like for example Lambi constituency of Father, we know each and every person, family, their children, what they are, where are they studying in that constituency. Now they trust us. They want the next generation. It's like you're a part of one family. They want the next generation to also come and take care of them. It is.
It's like a trust in a brand.
It is a trust in a person and a family. They are not all politicians' sons are not successful. Or not all. It is only few. I'll give you so many names where politicians' sons have just collapsed. But it's like this. So it all depends on, see, you get opportunity once. After that you have to prove yourself. But if you have done it twice, thrice, 4 times, now I have been in politics now more than 13 years now.
Now you are a proud mother of 3 very bright kids. Would you like your children to enter politics? Are they inclined?
Not at all.
You will see them
I was
over
never inclined, so what about my kids?
Actually,
like
not-
I said, it's destiny.
Everyone can say I'm not interested in politics, but it all depends on the circumstances at that time. Even she was not interested in politics.
No, we never
She
got-
wouldn't have gone into politics.
No,
It
we
is
were married on the
courtesy.
understanding that you would never enter politics. Don't you forget that.
That anyway, achha, you know who got us into politics? Who got her into politics? Captain Amrinder Singh.
How?
Because he sent his son to our home constituency Bathinda and said, I challenge the Badals to put a candidate against his son. So we were left with no choice. I was also elected. Everyone, she was the only person left, and she was doing seva in some gurdwara. You told her, pack your bag if you are fighting. She said, what? Fighting what? She didn't know where Bathinda was also. We were sent there.
My daughter called up and, how, Dadu, please, is not our mother. We don't see our father now. We won't see our mother also. It was a huge turmoil.
How do you balance this power in the family?
I'm
Oh, he's the chief
always
minister.
facing flat. This is like at home. I'm always facing flat. Why you produced us if you have no time for us? What kind of a mother are you? I always wanted a wife who would have time for me. You
Shall I tell you something?
तुसी नजर ही नहीं
The
आते.
most difficult profession is politics.
Thankless.
It's thankless job. You can do 10 favors to somebody and the 11th you don't do, that guy's gone. You can do, I'll tell you what.
All the good
I'll give you an example. You go to Patinda town. We have changed the look of that town, means change the lives of people, change the look of the feel of the people. Their whole, that what they left in a gutter, you made it live in palaces, and she lost by 30,000 votes from that.
That route development doesn't get
You
more.
know, it is people, you know what happens? People who concept of voting is completely different. We can't, and we are not the tech, ਸਾਡੇ families को ना तके करने वाले नहीं हैं, कुछ नहीं, we are more of are very soft in our area. But you know, people who, if you look at only development, look at Mohali, what we have done to Mohali, you see the result, I don't know whatever will come. But the Congress has not done anything there, nor will it do anything. But people, you know, the whole system is very different.
I come to this question of politics of populism. You have been very good at this. I have a figure, government figure, that you have made 1.41 crore beneficiaries of Atta scheme, which is 80% of Punjab population is now getting your Atta. Is Punjab backward?
No, we have not made. It is a direction of government of India that 50% of the population has to be covered under Atta scheme.
So you made it 80.
No, it is 50%. Overall, it is 50%. They gave us a direction. Urban area has to be 45% and rural area has to be 55%. We are getting free atta from the government of India. So they are, and it's an act passed by them. So when they tell us this has to be done, so we said fine. Anything which is coming free for the people, fine.
The captain is now promising 50 lakh homes, that river. He's also promising one job to each family. Kejriwal is promising a lot of these things. Where is the money coming from?
First of all,
Punjab is under heavy debt.
the captains are, you look at his, you just look at the manifesto of AAP in Delhi before the election. It is a photostat copy of what they have put the manifesto here. And you look at what they have done. That is why I am saying that it all depends on credibility. Captain Saab Jare is desperate. This is his last time. He can leave already gives them a retirement after that. First of all, anybody who is about to retire, he has no passion to perform. I have to perform because I have to come for the 4th time. I have to try for the 5th time. A person like Captain who has already said I am retiring. He wants this 5 years to be the cushy, relaxed life so that he retires properly. Same way, another one question I want to ask you. Which of the 3 parties whose commitment level to Punjab is the highest? Akali Dal's commitment level to the development and overall interest of Punjab. Aam Aadmi Party has no commitment level.
No, historically, Badal Sahab spent 18 years in jail. He told the history of commitment to Punjab. What is Amrinder Singh Kejriwal's commitment? Amrinder Singh's changed parties.
I'll ask you another question, and I want your staff to just do a check on the dates. Anything which is built in Punjab, just look at the date it was built. Anything where I get again. Amritsar International Airport, when Badal Sahab achieved. Mohali International Airport, Badal Sahab achieved. Teen Dam, Badal Sahab achieved minister. And you look at the other thermal plants, Badal Sahab achieved it, except one. Refinery, Badal Sahab. Any 4-lane road is built here. Just look at when it was started and what ended, Badal Sahab achieved it. You just, this is, it's a very good, as a newspaper research thing that you work out the top thing, top 100 items of Punjab, when they were done, 98% Badal Sahab achieved. You'll never hear of any Congress team minister did this big item.
No, behind every successful man, as they say, is women. So what role you play in that? In politics, the way he runs the government, what role you have?
I think Dr. Pramod will tell you.
With the grace of God, Father is being, my husband or my father-in-law. So there has been always been Father at home. It all comes from the grace of the Almighty, and I feel that as long as we follow His path and follow what He teaches us, like my father taught me, the other worldly things will follow you. So you follow Him, and everything else will follow you. And it has been following.
Nothing, sir. से विश्वास हो गई कि काम शुरू कर लो अपना नहीं कोई कर सारा कुछ मैं कोई मैं भी कर लूँ. It is you should be clear in your heart what you want to do and you can achieve it. And nothing is impossible. As a government, I'm telling you, you can change the state if you want it. Nobody, it all depends what will you have.
What was the roughest patch in this 5 years, last 5 years? If you reflect, like which was the toughest time?
I think the BRP going, that was the roughest patch. Because we were taken unaware and became such a, it was such a sad affair. And it has hurt everyone's sentiments. That was very, those 1 month was very tough.
Well, do you see any role for yourself in state politics?
No, I never saw
Akali Dal having its first women chief minister.
No, are you kidding? No chance. I'm not fit to be one. I'm not even fit for the position I am in. I have no aspirations whatsoever. My line is totally different. But I got pushed somewhere else. But like I said, the others are known to give it our best shot, whatever will be given. So we try our best and leave the rest to come.
And my last question. How do you rate Sukhbir's performance on a scale of 1 to 10?
If I had a choice, I'd give him 15 out of 10 because it is a fact that our home life has been sacrificed, his health has been sacrificed, but the man has talent. If you look at the business, the way he's done in his business, or if you don't know because I was kind of what's done. The country can look at it, or Punjabis can look at it, what the way he's transformed Punjab. If his father came with the experience and the connect that he had with people, Sukhbir came with a vision, and that vision was so much larger than life and so way more than what anybody could even imagine, that I think he has brought Punjab to the level that it has because we had these two people working together. There's only limit that one person as a CM can do, but here he had his father doing so much and him doing so much, and that's why Punjab has moved ahead, way ahead than what it has ever in the last history of 5-year tenures.
We have election just 4 weeks later. It's like student facing his annual exam.
That's what he was telling my daughter. What are you crying about your board exam? Mine is before yours.
So, do you feel anxious?
No, I love a fight. I love a fight. I am a fighter from the front. And I'm more excited now because every day it's like a war room where all your strategies are taking place, you're working 24 hours. And I think it's very exciting. In the field now it's like a game, chess game, you have to put here, okay, draw, you do this, do that. It's not an easy game, it's a very tough game. But I'll tell you something, the best combination for Punjab is my father and me. Because he's the best person with overall umbrella, under whose umbrella you can work under. And God willing, that's up to God. If God gives us another 5 years, you will see the level of development which you wouldn't have even imagined. You wouldn't have imagined.
No, I would say
you don't need money for it, you need ideas. Money comes with ideas automatically. It's like since beginning, since the first year, all papers have been writing bankrupt Punjab. And now we are 10th year, we have built the roads, we have built flyovers. 10 years back, 15 years back, you used to see railway crossings. Have you ever seen a railway crossing in Punjab anymore? You see that everything we have been able to do it. It is just ideas and money. So many private sectors, other sectors, you can get it. And the level we are planning at now, it's not yet taking off. If you are able to take off next 5 years is enough to do a radical change. And bring about a radical change.
I think I would say that why the next 5 years are going to be important, that the last tenure, they put the building blocks in place. We have to first create the infrastructure, from deficit become part surplus, put the infrastructure in place. The blocks were put in place. We got another term to build on those blocks. Now that it's built, I think everyone knows that Sukhbir delivers what he says. So when he says that I'm going to create job opportunities for 10 to 20 lakh youth and bring in the industry, he is someone who can do it, and the position to do it we have reached now. So if we get that time, we can. But if a lazy captain or a opportunist Kejriwal comes in, we just go back that much more, which will be sad. But then it's
you talk about your father and you being a formidable in UP we are seeing father-son splitting, while Badal and Punjab are still going strong. So what's the secret?
See, politics is not father's life. Since last 10 years, you've been writing this Monday should be sworn in, this Diwali will be sworn in. Then I have always said that as long as my father is fit, he will continue to be here. And I'm saying today also, if he wins, God grace is fit, he will continue to be here. Because you know, this is his life, and working under him is the best experience you can get. It's like joining Harvard Business School, where you get best paid. The longer you have experience under him, and much better.
What's the best mantra he has given?
He's changed so much. Like I've seen him in the last 10 years. From when 10 years ago when we started off, he was impulsive and he'd be short about something. So many things, and I keep telling him, become just like your father was wrong, but why don't you really become like your father? So you know, there's so much to be imbibed from that. The way everybody feels that Badal Sahib is theirs, and that kind of inclusiveness that he gives.
See, the passion for people my father has. I'm not saying because he's my father, but the dedication level, the passion and the concern for nobody has. Even I don't have that much.
Yeah, in his cold winter day, who feels like getting up? But he is so dedicated that if he's given the time, 9 o'clock was the time to win Sakar. The ship was foggy. None of us knew because you couldn't see the bonnet of the car. He was there at 10 to 9. So, you know, be it hot, cold, and I'm sure at with age, my bones start picking up. He must be wanting to cuddle up in bed, but it's his commitment.
He says when it's something, he's there.
I think we can throw the floor open to some questions from the audience. Any questions you would like to ask? Would you please introduce yourself quickly? Just one question.
I'm Professor Dr. S.K. Gupta from Punjab University. We have known that Punjab has done rapid progress as we seen in the last year ago. Our best wishes. I was in United Nations, under the umbrella of United Nations, looking after higher education. And I am very happy to say that I had a chance to visit Manila, Frankfurt, Addis Ababa, Paris, London. And people do talk about high development in Punjab during the course of Sardar Badal Sahib regime. So as I said, my best wishes. What I am trying to say, we have seen number of gone through parameters where, as Sukhbir ji has said, कि आपको कहीं अब वो पार्टी नहीं मिलेंगे. Very correct, it's absolutely correct. Big roads are coming up, infrastructure is coming up, international stadium, international airport, bus stop. I have one suggestion. Sir, why not name sports stadiums after our sports icons? We have number of sports icons in India, and Punjab is proud of it.
We are Sardar
For example, Sardar Singh Senior, he is not only an Indian icon, International Olympic Committee, IOC, declared him the best ever hockey player of the world, not of India. So I would rather appreciate and request and take this opportunity to suggest that next time I am sure with the kind of work which Badal Sahib has done, they are going to come to power.
Thank you. Can we have some other questions? Yes. Yeah. Could you please? This question, please.
My question is, Deputy CM sir, you got one summit to invest Punjab, where I filled one form, I will invest 60 crores for schools. I'm an educationist. I'm president of CBSE School Punjab. And with the Putta and Kamada, I applied for three site schools, school sites, where I deposited 32 crore rupees with Gamada and Galada. Now I am suffering from this thing. The total amount is seized from last 2 years. We are suffering. No one is there to listen. When you consummate, you assured us that we will provide you facilities. You will not have to be harassed. So we are now suffering. What you know, my request is with you. If at least now school policies you have, regulatory committees you have made. We are 1,400 schools are there in Punjab of CBSE. We all are happy. We are singing your praise. You have done a wonderful thing. Last year we faced so many problems from people in the Punjab. But now people are happy, parents are happy, we are happy. But where this policy stands, when we went there for this school sites.
You're talking about other school sites.
Other school sites.
I'll tell you what happened. I don't know about your case, but the normal case, what happened? We gave 4 crores per school as our grant, and the 50% was supposed to be put in by the builders. What happened was, the builders used our 4 crore only without putting in his 50 and build this thing and we converted the whole thing. So there were a lot of cases. I'm not sure of your case.
That site was only for school purpose.
No, I'm not. Actually, I don't know your exact case, but other school case is not because we gave the money upfront. They didn't put in the money, so they used our money to circulate. Don't think.
We have question from Majid Bali, our senior journalist.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੈਡਰਲ ਸਟਰਕਚਰ ਦੀ ਮੰਗ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੈਂਟਰਲ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਤੋਂ ਲੰਮੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਡਿਮਾਂਡ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਟੇਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਵਰ ਸਾਰੀ ਸੈਂਟਰਲਾਈਜ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੋਈ ਪਰ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਦੇ ਤੱਕ ਮਤਲਬ ਸਾਰੀ ਇਹ ਬੰਨਿਆ ਦੇ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਸੈਂਟਰਲਾਈਜ਼ ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਇਹ ਕੰਟਰਡਿਕਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ दूसरा मेरा पर्सनल थोड़ा नॉन पॉलिटिकल सवाल है थोड़ी आपसे लड़ाई हो जाती है तो मजा कौन
पहले your question is to run any company you need a strong MD. If you have 2 MDs the company will flop, or we have 3 MDs. To run a party you have to have 1 person with the decisive nature. If you have 5 ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਅਕਾਲੀ ਦਲ 4 ਧੜੇ 5 ਧੜੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਸਾਡੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਬੰਦ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ। ਹੁਣ ਜਦੋਂ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਕਮਾਂਡ ਆ ਗਈ, ਹੁਣ what is happening in Congress? Pratap Bajwa wants to defeat Captain Amrinder Singh, B.B. Patel wants to defeat Captain Amrinder Singh. So everyone wants, and Captain Amrinder Singh wants to defeat Bajwa. You have to have 1 command structure in any party. If you have 1 command and control, in any business, whether it's business or newspaper, if there are 4 editors sitting in Hindustan Times, they will lad ke patal. ਤੇ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਹੀ ਹੈ, ਉਹਦਾ 100% ਹੈ, ਇੱਥੇ ਤਾਂ 1 ਵੇ ਟ੍ਰੈਫਿਕ ਹੀ ਹੈ।
Kofi sir, would you like to?
Thank you very much for having invited me.
Thank you so much.
And to this couple, I wish them best of luck.
Thank you.
May they continue being at the top. And then, please, as a hockey player, you have constructed a stadium, international stadium. People from abroad, my friends, they praise me for that stadium. That your government, your country, has made an excellent constructed stadium.
Why?
Construct some more stadium like this and try to make hockey our national sport. Hockey our national sport. Already you are doing it, but do it more. Use as many hockey players in Punjab, not only for Punjab, but to help Indian hockey to win international Olympic Games and World Cup and create a record.
Sir, we have now built Punjab Institute of Sport on the line and better than the National Institute of Sports Punjab. And one of the centers in Jalandhar, the Indian youth hockey team which won the World Cup, out of 16 players, 10 were from our center of Punjab and were in the Indian team. So we have been able to, and this Punjab Institute of Sports, we have created dedicated, we are selecting now 5,000 students from the age of 7, 8, taking them to the institute and giving them complete training, education, everything from the government side. We have set up the first sports school in Khudda and Punjab, where the only it's a sports school only. with training, international training, with world-class stadiums, and regarding hockey, मतलब तो पूरे इंडिया जिन्हें एस्ट्रोटर्फ है, वो तो ज़्यादा असी पंजाब पिछले 10 सालों में बनाए एस्ट्रोटर्फ. So we are working on that.
Mr. Juman, my senior journalist colleague, former.
Thank you for calling me. I would like to say that that your government can take credit for developing infrastructure and making it power surplus state also. My compliments on that. But I would like to know why and how come that the industry is not developing, and that means what I am trying to say is that industry is going out of the state. Particularly you see Mandi Govindgarh and other places, a lot of industry moved out of the state. Why is it?
Sir, this is just propaganda. I'll tell you what. Look, the best sign of industry going out is the number of industrial connections, power connections industry has got. When we took over, there were about 3,300 power connections, industrial power connections. Today, there are 14,000 industrial power connections. Mandi Govindgarh is collapsed because of China. We are using obsolete technology here. Now the technology which has come in steel industry is so new and upgraded, and are people still continuing with the old technology. Only way to beat them is to import the technology. We are given an incentive for them. Today we are giving power cheapest in the country. Today a new unit will get power at 5 rupees a unit, which is, and even the small scale unit we are giving at 5 rupees 499, which is half the price of anywhere in the country. So this concept of industry, that from the industrial connections, the power used consumed by industry has 4 times increased, 4 times, and VAT and everything grown. It is just because Govindgarh people are basically, what happens, I have told them you can upgrade your technology, they are not ready to upgrade. So unless they do not upgrade, what happens, our hosiery industry would have collapsed after the Russian collapse. But we were lucky that the hosiery industry reinvented itself and aligned with the equipment to deal with the European market. And the whole country, Jindal Steel, all steel mills are collapsed. It's nothing to do with Punjab. It is an overall steel industry which has gone down. But I have now, if you look at Govindgarh is picking up since we have given them a 5 rupees a unit power.
We have with us Dr. Pramod Kumar, an eminent scientist and also director of the Institute of Government and Communication. May I request
Actually, he is the main brain behind Akali. And all strategies are made by him.
That's quite a revelation, actually. So
and he is in maximum demand with our other governments now.
So may I request Dr. Kumar to please kind of sum it up.
Thank you, and I knew that this thing will come on me. And but first thing, I mean, on a very serious note, I have been associated with Punjab Governance Reforms Commission, and initially when we started working in this, we thought that like the Akali Dal, which function, which is most backward or retrogressive, which will never accept any idea which is progressive. That was our initial thought. But when we started working with Sukhbir ji, and it was almost a kind of a very, very pleasant surprise that he used to give an idea, or we give an idea, then the idea will just roll into the government and gets implemented. Many of recommendations which emanated from this commission, and this commission consisted of most of the left-oriented scholars, academia, and progressive people, and they had no problem working with Sukhbir ji. So my compliments to his being so sportive and also having a vision that how Punjab, the whole idea of governance, which he just promoted, and that is why today even Haryana wants to replicate Punjab model of governance. And some people were saying, as Pabbi was mentioning, that industry ran away from Punjab. Commission has not ran away from Punjab. It is part of the Punjab, and that experiment which is being implemented is the Punjab experiment. It's in many other states now which are following the Punjab experiment, and one is willing to give one the expertise, which is basically because Sukhbir ji supported it. So my compliment to you on this. And I was surprised He said that Dr. Saab is brain behind the Kali Dal, but he never mentioned that we together made some kind of reform in the government. And he never mentioned even a word on reform which has been done in Punjab. And I must tell you, if you mention it, you get some more votes also. So many things which has happened in Punjab. So far as governance reform is concerned. For example, in police station you go. There are some cases that you can lodge an FIR there and then itself you get unique ID number. I don't know why he is not popularizing it, but he did it himself. So there are many such things that happen. He comments on it. One, Simranji was giving Sukhbir 15 out of 10. I'm sure when she goes there, she will take away all the marks back. because I know her. She will tell you, I have given you this, but you go back to me. It is because of her score that he could have performed so well. But one thing is about the paradigm shift in Punjab needs. And I'm sure the kind of infrastructure development which has taken place in Punjab, and that must now flow into promotion of employment and tourism. That is a continuity Punjab must have. And that process has been initiated. We have very, very robust infrastructure which can definitely give a push to the investment and also industrialization. My second comment which Sukhbir has been partially in agreement is about how to integrate the vulnerable sections into governance and make their life better. And I mentioned once about these hawkers and the rickshawalas, and he always used to say, I'll do that. And there are a number of things which were supposed to be done about these people, those who are vulnerable. I think in the second and next scenario, if they get it, the pro-poor focus of this government from infrastructure, from various development initiatives they have taken, will flow other than the doors, other than the populism, now more holistic kind of integrative framework of the poor people into the market as well as into the employment has to be done. And third, on drugs. To my mind, as I'm a student of Punjab economy, politics, drugs are secular. It has no party patronage. Drugs are not promoted by all the political parties historically. So therefore, to label it, the drug is an exclusive preserve of one political party, they have been promoting it, is only to see that this problem should not get eliminated. So it's a secular, it is above party lines, it is also part of the Punjabi society as it's part of the All India society. That is why it has to be more holistic intervention where we have to prevent that people should not take drugs, and there needs to be to build a consensus to eliminate drugs rather than making it a partisan issue, which is somehow in Punjab it is becoming. It is becoming almost politicized that somebody says in 4 months or 1 month and 5 months, but I think the need is to evolve a consensus in politics also, in government also, and in society to eliminate this drug menace. And lastly, about the women's safety, since Simranji is around, women's safety and security, which has been her passion, and I think that if they get the next tenure, that should be her core expertise.
Your app should be
But some of the apps which we have developed for women's safety, she has assured me that the next tenure they will definitely implement.
So, Dr. Since you are a very renowned psephologist and governance reforms has been your baby, all that has come around in this government. Compared to the last government and this government, you disagreeing with my 15 on 10. As far as government reforms are concerned, how much would you rate on a scale 1 to 10 the previous government and this government?
I will say that I will not compare the government, but I'll say that something during the last 10 years, as I mentioned in the very beginning, I thought that governance reform may not happen, but it has happened. And earlier than that even term didn't exist in the government. Even the earliest government, even 1997 government, even Badal Saab's government in 1997, this term didn't exist, and followed by Captain Ravinder Singh. So in the earlier 1992, 1997, 2002, this term didn't exist. So I think with
so you will give 10 on 10, I give 15 on 10.
I know, why you have given it, because you say it's a wrong mathematical return, all these numbers go back home.
I just want to take it forward. What we have done in governance reform, no state in the country has.
The center is
Even center is adopting our system. But I tell you something. People won't imagine the level of systems we have been doing. And I'm telling you, within 6 months from now, our whole state government will be paperless. Whole state government will be paperless. With the Seva Kendras which we have put in place, I think which are teaching problems happening now. Every 4 weeks, everything is done by them in their village. You don't have to go anywhere, and by everything gets paperless. You can get every service of Punjab government on your laptop, which is nowhere. You don't have to go to. I will declare within 1 year that no citizen of Punjab will have to visit a single state office for anything. That's the level of governance, and all state governments have sent their people to look at our model, and I don't know whether they will be able to replicate it or not, because you need a will. Because there's so many hurdles, like in West Punjab, taking away powers of 23 secretaries and putting them into one person. I don't think so anybody will be able to do it. But that area nobody has actually focused and built it up, which we have done.
I think with this we will conclude our wonderful discussion. So, you have a question?
I just have a question because it's not been touched upon. If demonetization going to be an issue in this election, then do you think that cash crunch would affect how political parties would deal with the whole process?
If you look at, just to answer your question, if cash crunch was that big an issue, there should have been fights, riots, anything. Has that happened in the last 2 years? 2 days, 2 months?
You had voiced your concerns.
No, concern, yes, I had voiced that if you have to make cash available, and which is coming, I said if it lasts for more than 5-6 months, yes. But if you look at everybody, I don't think so any one of us would have gone to the line ever. Or even the people who are going, they are not, there's no like education or something which is very peculiar to me initially. I thought in my village, when I went to a village, there was a line, so I stopped. And people were okay with it. They're standing in lines in the morning, but they were not agitating. Because they feel there's a sense of perception among the people that something good is going to happen. That perception still, confidence people still have.
Finally, at least one lady asked a question.
Yeah. I think with this we will conclude our wonderful session. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Sukhbir.
So I hope the next is Captain as well. Which one you want?
Here is just my